Can you all hear us?
Okay, hi everybody. Can you please tell us in the chat whether you can hear us, you can see us,
And whether you've got your drinks.
yeah, that too. I mean, okay. Ooh, Happy New Year.
How was everyone's New Year and Christmas and everything? How was everyone's holidays? Did everyone have a good time? Time off? Relaxing?
Well, depends. We watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit one after the other, all of them.
In one sitting.
In one sitting. Took us 2 days. And ate a lot.
There was so much food. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a tradition, eating too much food.
Yeah.
Around this time of year.
Definitely. and now we're just trying to fix the damage.
Wean ourselves off the food.
Yeah. All right.
On to more healthy stuff.
It's just waiting for a little bit to make sure that
people are coming.
Okay.
Oh.
So I see that some of you are hitting the pub, essentially. the homemade pub.
Well, at the moment now, the homemade pubs are pretty well stocked. They're pretty well versed in the variety of alcoholic drinks.
Because he spends his time in the supermarket stacking alcohol.
People buy a lot of it.
It's a bit scary. Okay. Okay, so hello. Hi
everybody.
Okay.
We're gonna wait 5 minutes for everyone to come through.
Yeah. So just let us know how your Christmas and New Year's went. I know it might have been a bit, unusual, this year for some of you.
Yeah.
How are we doing? Team? We're doing all right. Just trying to get back into
the swing of building. We've kind of, as we said, we kind of took Christmas off. We kind of chilled out a bit. Yeah. We calibrated our minds a little.
Yeah, did a lot of planning in lists because we just got so tangled in all the tasks that are upcoming. So actually, I have it here. Hold on. Can you see that? Oh, that's overexposed. Lists upon lists of tasks, going all the way down to so the level of detail is like measure max length, cut aluminum profile twice, measure like in excruciatingly small detail what we have to do because we got so overwhelmed with some things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that's all planned. We've got quite a lot. We've got all the materials in the garage. We've got quite a lot coming up. We just need to get back into it. We're starting. We're getting there.
Yeah. So it's been it's been really hard to work on the van actually right now because it's gotten really cold, and I was actually feeling sort of a bit scared to go outside because the other day we went out to do stuff on the van and we had to be outside. We couldn't be in the van and we couldn't put the electric heater on. Yep. So we spent maybe no more than an hour outside doing stuff, and afterwards we went in and our sort of energy just plummeted. We napped during the day. We napped.
That's quite rare for us.
Yeah, and I was like the day after that, I was sort of a bit freaked out to go out because I didn't want to have to like sleep again because it was just really cold. Yeah, so get any van related presents for Christmas? What do we get for Christmas?
I got this thermal base layer.
If the heating doesn't work, yeah, we did get the thermal base layers. We got well, I suppose it's not really. It's sort of van related. We got a kids toy set of like working tools. I should have brought it in, but
plastic toy set of
basically I think the age group for that toy is like 3 years old, and it was given to us to help us with the van build. So I guess that is van related.
We got a Ramoska.
We did. We got a Ramoska.
Yeah, it's kind of like this electric cooking pot that you can kind of cook all stuff in.
Yeah, it's sort of to replace an oven. It's not obviously exactly like it's not that big and stuff.
But it's only like 400 watts. Runs on AC power, so we need an inverter. But yeah, it's pretty much in place of an oven, and you can cook nearly anything in it. So we'll be testing it out.
I got my tongue stuck to side of the van. It was so cold. What were you doing, licking your van? But I can imagine, yes. Actually, you can easily get your finger stuck as well. Like if you just touch the bonnet, and it's like you can't actually move. Yeah.
Had to set up the heater in my van today. Start the electrics. Was -1, 240 heater, got a van to 22 in 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We'll show you in a minute, but yeah, we've got a 1000 watt electric heater that when the doors are closed, it's fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as you need the doors open.
Yeah, and we actually spend the build up the last hour before the live stream with the heater on, so the space heats up because the heater has to be off, otherwise you can't hear us. Yeah. And I don't know how we're going to finish our heating when we're going to have to be outside underneath the van making holes. So it's not enough that we're gonna be out in near minus weather or sometimes minus weather. We're gonna have to be lying on the floor. It's so freezing, and I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I want to do it now because I want by the end of January to be able to heat my van with diesel, not with electricity, because I'm kind of tied to the house here.
I mean, the same thing is, even if we get our heating in, it's still going to be the same. As soon as we open the doors, it's going to be freezing. So
yeah.
Oh well, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, but actually, should we go and show them the electrics? Because and we'll give you a bit of a small tour. Because let me just grab you up. Oh, okay, there we are. Let me just show you there. So what's happening here? Wow. Right. Okay, so to do our heating, we have to do our electrics, and this is what's happening here. It is still not complete. Yeah.
It's nearly there. Oh.
Yeah, right now the batteries are charged, but they're not actually charging.
Because it's so cold in the van, because these are lithium, we don't want to charge them when they're below 5 degrees, so we haven't connected any charging sources up to them, but they're fully charged because we had to connect them together. So we've got them connected together. We've got a few things wired and fused up.
Yeah.
The next thing is this DC to DC, which is
going
to be a bit of a.
We were having a bit of trouble here because this wire, this blue wire, is supposed to be connected to the ignition, and we've been having trouble finding the appropriate fuse.
Yeah. So we've got a piggyback fuse, and we're just going to hijack into the van's fuse box and connect it to a fuse that's powered when the ignition is on, but our multimeter wasn't working and then it broke, so we don't know whether it's breaking that's caused it to not work or... So yeah,
we're about to test it later today or tomorrow, but yeah, we'll be having a bit of trouble with this. But after we overcome this, it should be okay.
Yeah, and we should be able to wire everything up. This is our BMV shunt, so we're going to connect a BMV to monitor the lithium batteries. So all the negatives have to be connected here, and this big beefy cable will just be on there.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that by the time of this live stream we're gonna be able to turn the fan on.
Yeah.
But we obviously haven't done that. Actually, we could wire up the things to the fuse boxes here and stuff. Yeah. But there'll be nothing to recharge the batteries yet, so we haven't done so. Yeah, but essentially that's happening with the electrics. Yeah, so whoa, tripping up.
Back you come. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. What have you been chatting about? Oh, can you hold that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Sam, you read faster than me. Go ahead.
Cool. Go and show them some interesting stuff in the van. Oh. Tried to start building the drawers under the kitchen. Then my heater stopped working because the pipe that goes into the fuel tank fell off. So I have to have the van's fuel tank for the heater to work. So it stopped working today because I need my van fuel from 7/8 to full.
Whew. So it stopped working.
Yeah, the heater stopped working. You know, if the fuel tank gets low enough.
Oh, right. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. So you need fuel in the tank to power the heater on.
Sorry about the shakiness, guys. I'm just trying to gently put you on the kitchen counter.
I made a 100 amp hour lithium battery for £250 over Christmas, and it's also Bluetooth. That's not bad. £250 for 100 amp hours of lithium. Does it have did you put a BMS in it as well? Or is it just simple cells wired together, well, soldered together? You know.
Okay.
What voltage are the lithiums at now? So we've connected them together, so they're still at 12 volt.
Yep.
So we're going to remain at a 12 volt system, but they're 200 amp hour batteries together. So now they're a 200 amp hour battery bank.
Yep.
And the idea is that we can connect more on if we want to in the future.
Yep. And yes, we do have solar. We haven't put the solar panels up yet.
Yeah.
Well, we're waiting to basically figure out our tilting mechanism. Although we might put them up on the roof for better storage.
Yeah.
And then wire them up, and then basically move them to the side when we're actually doing the tilting mechanism.
Yeah. So we've got the unistrut on the roof, and we can just bolt them straight to that quite easily.
It's just they're just sitting in a house and taking up space, and also with them just sitting in a house and not being on the roof, we can't actually obviously wire them to the box.
So maybe when it starts to get warmer and in spring, we'll just bolt them on the roof.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to have to figure out.
By spring, we might have the tilting figured out, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because we have a lot of other things to calculate.
Tilting is one of those things like solar panels.
Hi, Daniel. I'm just saying hi to the newcomers.
Solar panels on the roof are like step 1, and then tilting solar is like step 2.
Yeah.
So we might figure out the tilting later down, but as long as they're on the roof, we'll have power.
I would like to do the finishing touches on the roof, maybe in the summer.
Yeah.
Because
so the roof deck and all that.
As we said, it's freezing, and it's the cold is taking the fun out of it.
So maybe in the winter winter and early spring we'll focus on the interior, and then spring summer we'll focus on the exterior, and then in the summer I want to go somewhere. I want to skedaddle out of here.
Sorry, just reading.
Have you guys noticed much condensation on any exposed steel or anywhere in the van? Yes, we have. Come and have a look. So, let me come over here.
Can you see that?
Can you see
Do you have
this?
good lighting here?
Yeah. So this is the place where our
skylight's going to go.
Yeah. And no matter what we do, whether we air the van, whether we leave it for about a week without heating it, or anything.
By the looks of it, here it sort of stops. There isn't really water behind, as far as I can see, or it reduces. But as soon as it's exposed, it's getting bad.
Yeah.
So that's a big section. You have some little sections that we can't really.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how well you're able to see up there.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go. We've got water up there, and then the other places, like behind these suspension ribs.
Yeah, here. Anything exposed.
Yeah.
And actually, down here.
If you look down our wheel arches.
It's not currently dripping, but you can definitely see that there's some moisture on this.
So anywhere where the Reflectix is fine, but this foil tape is stuck directly on the van metal, and that condensates when it gets cold outside.
Yeah.
No matter what we do.
So we might have to rethink about this Reflectix touching the metal in that way.
Yeah.
But yes, that's an excellent question.
Oh.
Yeah. And because we've been closing up the ceiling, condensation has been a bit of a bother for us because
Yeah.
obviously we don't want to trap that moisture in there.
Yeah.
So we've tried to air it out.
We've literally tried everything, and
Yeah.
the water just won't
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, the places that are the most closed, we tried before
We sealed them up.
Sealed them.
And we have like cut into it to check behind the already sealed places,
Yeah.
and there's no water behind there. So as long as before you seal them up, you've made sure they're dry, then you seal them up. They don't get water behind.
Well, I can't be 100% sure.
From what we can tell.
Yeah, but obviously right now there's a bit of there's the issue that okay, so we've just heated the van up right now, but then the temperature drops
Yeah.
immediately as soon as we turn the heater off and we don't live in here at the moment.
Yeah.
So that in itself causes more moisture. So every time we do any sort of reflectix or insulation sort of work, we have to drive with the windows open and
air the van out.
And do some other stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah. Just scrolling down.
Bluetooth BMS. Nice.
What's that?
The guy who built his batteries, the 100 amp hour lithium. It's a Bluetooth BMS.
Okay.
Inside the actual battery cell.
So does that mean that you get the data?
Yeah.
Or,
if you code it up, depends on what kind of module, but yeah.
That's cool.
I
I like having the data.
don't know if we can access our BMS.
I don't think so. I mean.
We didn't go with the fancy Victron batteries. We got the Victron MPPT and the Victron BMV, so we're able to use the app to track all of that, but nothing in the batteries themselves. We just know they have a BMS in there and it will work. Or regulate at least. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Do you know how long your battery would last? Would last you before it needs charging?
Well,
no. Well, we haven't used it yet.
Depends how much we use it. Our maximum draw, if we had, in theory, everything on in the van, I think was about 40 amps.
I think it was 50 amps.
50 amps.
Is that with the laptops or without the laptops?
That's like both laptops charging, all phones charging, fan on max power, all the lights on. So unrealistic, but if we had everything on, the batteries would last us probably 3.5 hours. Yeah. And probably on a more realistic level, so let's say we're drawing about 10 amps, it should last us a good day or two.
It can last us. It can last us the day.
Definitely the day.
Yeah. But then if we end up getting like high powered appliances or something like that, then we're gonna have to probably upgrade.
At the moment, we've got nothing that runs AC. I mean, we said we got the Ramoska for Christmas, so that's putting that to the side for 1 second. We don't actually have an inverter at the moment. We weren't planning to have one, at least at the moment. So everything in the van is going to be running DC. So any chargers we're gonna wire up ourselves and make it run on DC rather than have a plug. And that way we can stick everything to DC. It's more efficient to run it that way. So in theory, the battery bank should last us a day whilst providing us a decent amount of power. So we're not like conscious of, oh, how much are we using? But solar, and when we're driving, that DC charger is 50 amps. So an hour of driving will charge the batteries up 50 amp hours.
Yeah. So that was actually a really good deal. I'm really glad. I'm really glad we got that, because obviously right now sun is a bit scarce, and we can't even charge us.
Nope.
Vitamin D deficiency going on here, going crazy. But yeah, so at the moment, like if we're in the UK during winter or in Scandinavia during winter, the solar is not gonna do much for us. No. So having that it's the redarc. It's the redarc DC to DC charger. Yeah.
If you go and check out our video that we did on wiring the electrics up with string, we've got a link to it. But it's the thing is, the largest we've seen Victron do, I think, a 30 amp, and redarc.
Victron have their new one coming out, which
it's already out. I don't know if it's in stock everywhere.
Yeah, so it's out, but they seem to be having some supply issues. Yeah, which was only 30 amp. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Just reading through the comments. You're a big inspiration.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice of you.
Currently converting a crafter. have a few questions. Did you guys solve the issue from the leakage from the sliding door? From the handle, not the side trim. From the handle.
From the handle? Which handle?
Greg recommends stuffing the insulation inside of the plastic pillows. Do you mean like the handle latch on the actual sliding door itself? Like when you open it from the inside? Because we haven't had any...
Haven't noticed a leak from the handle.
No, we had a leak on the driver's door, which miraculously stopped.
Yeah, which I think it might have been because of a plugged up drain hole.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Did we have a leak? Our fan was leaking, but that's fixed. That hasn't leaked.
Yeah, and even with all the frost that we've had, that hasn't leaked at all.
So that's good.
The outside handle, the one that you open the door with. Ours hasn't leaked. I don't know if that's
that one hasn't leaked.
Is that like a common VW crafter issue?
Yeah.
Did we just get a lucky one?
Or maybe we haven't noticed that it's leaking.
No, but no, there's been no water on the inside when we did the installation inside there.
You mean
when we
the sliding door handle though?
Yeah, when we cladded it up, you know, we reached behind to make sure we were not going to drill into anything.
Oh yeah.
There was no water behind there.
Okay. So right. So okay. I can't think of any water around the handle. But we have put insulation there.
Yeah, we put that recycled plastic.
And I can't think of any other. If there is a leak around the handle, especially that's triggered from behind. I don't really know how to reach that without busting the mechanisms, and that's worse.
Seen some other people commenting the same problem. Greg's suggestion was the only one I found. Thought maybe applying some silicone, as in the side trims. If you can reach where it's leaking from, then...
we had a leak. We've closed it up now, but I'm gonna show you the location where it was. It's a different location, but right here, around this area, where the rail is, if you reach behind here, so there's a cavity here, and if you reach behind, you're gonna reach a bolt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was leaking. I don't know why. And for that one, I just put a lot of sealant. Hold on.
That's the wrong way around.
Wrong way. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, for that one, I did try and basically put as much sealant up there as I could because that was really horrible to reach.
You can put like sealant on your finger and then put the finger up behind in the cavity and then try and.
I would just try and get the nozzle in there, or you can get a palette knife or something thinner.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's really hard to reach up there.
Yeah, that might be an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been bits and pieces leaks, but if you can get sealant on the hole where it's leaking from, that's the best thing. And then I guess the next best thing is
would be the insulation. You need something absorbent to just stop it spreading, maybe. Because
the insulation can be installed in damp areas. It can absorb some of the moisture and try and vent it out because the van naturally vents insulation out down in the drain holes in the bottom. So yeah, silicone if you can reach it, and then insulation if you can't find where it's leaking from would probably be the best thing. Yeah.
Regarding floor insulation, how did you decide on the size and placement of the battens and squares? That was generally sort of pre-planning the layout and thinking about where we'll need mounting points. It's actually pretty tricky to decide where things should go. So we actually went with a more uniform sort of layout. I mean, actually you can see the lines, but
so
you've probably seen the video.
Our original lines there on the floor.
Yeah, so for example, we didn't know we were gonna need this, so that we added later. Then we changed the concept around here, so where the couch is mounted changed by a few centimeters. So we had to add like extra battens and stuff. So, but generally, once you know where things are going and how you're gonna mount them, that tells you where to put the battens.
Yeah. But if you really don't know, if you have like no idea, then just kind of like an even pattern coming down would be best.
Basically, a good rule of thumb, I guess, is put a beam here that goes next to the step. So you want to basically do the perimeter of the step here, because then when you put the ply on, you don't want to have like gaps in the floor, because they'll be really tricky to close.
And if you think about it, every time you come in and out of the van, you're going to be in this area, so you're always going to be stepping here.
Yeah. Also, so think about the highest like volume of like traffic. So that, like Sam said, when you step in the van, you're gonna step here.
Hence why there's so many white lines in that area.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you've thought about those. Other than that, maybe the back door you have to think about as well.
Yeah. So we
kind of a more uniform.
Yeah. So we put one right there at the back.
Yeah. So,
coming down. So every time you enter through the back doors, you're again stepping on a beam.
So like, because when you step here, you don't want the whole floor to buckle before you screwed it in.
Yeah.
Because we haven't screwed our floor in because of the heating situation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's generally how you figure those out. Think about your general layout. Actually, a good tip I would say is if you wanna run any wires on the floor. I saw it was Antonia, I think Antonia Bradley. She does a few YouTube videos on her van conversion, and she put a conduit basically like a guttering pipe essentially.
Yeah.
Going through her floor, so she can put her cables, like the highway cables to the floor. And I thought that was genius. Yeah. I wish we had done that. That's really good. So that's something good to consider when putting down the floor battens. You might want to leave some space to run some cables underneath the floor.
Yeah.
But make sure it's a big enough axis pipe, or preferably square, like a guttering pipe or something.
You can just slot it in.
Yeah. So basically you don't get too trapped in trying to feed wires through.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah. Everyone talking about their builds, and I'm here.
Yeah.
Still in college, dreaming.
Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming.
I mean, we were dreaming for years and years before we saved enough money to do it. But before we the whole idea develops, and you have to let it mature, and there's a lot of things to learn. So
yeah, just keep doing research, as you say. Watch people, get inspiration, because every single person you watch, you'll grab something else and you're like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yoink.
I mean, right now I'm dreaming about doing a bus conversion. I'm years away from doing that, but
we're still watching videos on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to have like land and then have different cool conversions, because some of these conversions are not really practical to be like movable or at least travel far. Because the bigger you get, obviously the less flexible you get.
Always dream and research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually where we get to.
Yeah. What's up next?
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that Tesla battery idea. I wish we had thought of it.
I know, but we heard about the getting Tesla batteries for like, what is it?
Basically getting a Tesla battery bank instead of using lithium leisure batteries.
Yeah.
If you know your way around them and have the right connections, because you need the right gear to work with it. But if you can get that, you can get really good deals on. I know nothing about it. So
yeah, but people have told us that you can get basically pretty much half price.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got our batteries. Each battery was about 800. No, it's about 700 and
750.
750.
So we paid £7.50 per amp hour, which is about $10 per amp hour, which is slightly on the cheaper side, but we got them on deal. But Tesla batteries you can get as low as $5 per amp hour for lithium batteries.
Yeah.
Which is like really good.
However, one issue that some people have said with Tesla batteries being used in that way is that some Tesla batteries have like like almost like a computer chip where it's programmed in them that if they feel like they're being misused, they'll shut down or something. I
don't know how true that is.
I don't know how true that is. I just forums, everybody says stuff, and
Yeah. But if you know your way around electrics, it can possibly bypass that, or at least know what you're connecting to what.
yeah.
They're good. They're good. Yeah.
Okay.
What size positive cable did you use to your starter battery from your DC, and how long do you think it is?
The cable we will be using, because we haven't connected that yet, I think it's a 16
mil.
It's a 16 mil?
Yeah. So 16 mil, and it's probably just over a meter.
Yeah.
So we purposefully put the batteries right at the front of the van
Yeah.
to be as close to the starter battery as possible, because a lot of people put all their electrics in their like garage at the back under
Yeah.
the bed, which is great and even better for weight distribution, especially if you have lead acid batteries.
Yeah.
But if you want to connect a DC to DC, you're going to have to run probably thicker. You probably want to run.
And we thought that we
25.
should prioritize because obviously the thicker cables, because you need thicker cables for the chargers to be connected to each other.
Yeah.
So first of all, they're more expensive, so we wanted to minimize the amount of thick cable we had to buy, but
Yeah.
also the amount of power you lose in transit.
Yeah. So the longer thick cables are, the more voltage you lose, voltage drop over distance. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to put the batteries at the back and have to connect it to the front, so you're going to run like, 3 or 4 meters, you probably want to go 25, or what's the next one up? 36?
I don't remember them, but
25
yeah.
mil or 36
I'm
mil.
assuming you have found like those like charts that tell you the size and whether you should use them in duct or not in duct, and how thick they should be.
And then the cables we got connecting the batteries together, and then all the negatives back to the battery, that's 50 mil cable.
Yes, yeah. Because we asked Phil from Geeky Philip whether we should basically the negative wire that returns the charge obviously to the negative terminal to the battery, that actually needs to be the sum of all of the ampage. Yeah.
So we could have 50 amps from the DC charger, 50 amps from the MPPT, 50 amps drawing from our DC, so that's 150 amps that we could be passing through one cable.
Well, actually, AC and DC will not work. The AC charger and the DC charger will not work together ever.
No, I said DC, solar, MPPT, and the DC fuse box.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I can't follow all the numbers. But anyway, he said that.
50 mil cable is the thickest that we got. You can go bigger, it's just expensive and hard to bend around.
Where are we?
We are. There.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Seen some other people commenting on the same problem. Oh no, that's about the door.
Oh, that's the door. Okay. Yeah.
What's the ampage for the new Victron charger that came out? Is the new one a 30 amp? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 30 amp. Yeah.
Orion. It's called an Orion.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah. I think the maximum they do is 30.
It's Orion, but you have to be careful because they have an Orion series that says converter, and this one says charger.
Yeah.
And you need the charger. The converter is like a step down or a step up and stuff. It's not the same as a DC. We actually found that really confusing when we were doing the research. Yeah. Because they have like fancy names. Just say what it is.
Yes, our MPPT and our DC to DC are both 50 amps. So the solar will have 570 watts, which is about 40 amps, but we couldn't find a 40 amp.
I think it was actually 45 amp.
It's like just over 40, so we got the 50 amp charger to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, using sheep wool, might try Greg's suggestion.
And use silicon as well.
Yeah. Go ahead, give it a go. Let us know how that goes, because I haven't had that problem, or at least I haven't noticed it. Okay.
No, behind the blue for the DC-DC charger, you can splice it into the...
Splice it into the head unit power source?
Some head units have a remote wire that will power. On a sub, it's normally blue, though. We did see a diagram similar to that where it asked us to splice it into the power going directly to the battery,
Yeah.
but then it asked us also to put another unit.
So some sort of box. I don't remember what it was called now. That was just really confusing. Like the installation instructions from
Readout.
Readout that come in a box, say one thing, and then when you go on the website, there's like different variants that you can do.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one is exactly for our situation, because also like they say things for like caravans, but do we count as a caravan?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know like the systems exactly where they merge and where they don't.
To me, connecting the blue wire to a fuse that only powers on when the ignition on kind of makes sense. I think you can splice it into the power wire, but I don't know enough about it to feel confident doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. We need to do more research. I mean, we'll check whether a new multimeter works first, and then we'll see where that takes us.
How many holes have you put in your leggings whilst building the van?
Which pair of leggings?
I think the question should more be how many pairs of leggings have you gone through whilst building the van? And the answer is over 2. Is this your third pair?
I don't know. I mean, I do sew up some of them. I think this might be one of the original pairs, but a lot of holes. I can't count them. I've had to patch them up because I don't want to buy new ones and waste them.
Yeah.
But how much paint I've got on them is also an interesting question. Yeah. And how many different types of paint? Though it's really great to be wearing clothes that you don't care about messing up, especially when painting. Like my hands get all dirty and I'm like just wipe it down and stuff. I mean, okay, I try to use tissues and stuff if it's too bad, but at the end of the day, whatever.
Very interested to know more about security ideas for your van. Have you made a decision? We'll be sharing links to where you purchased yours.
For like cameras and alarms sort of systems, we haven't made a decision yet. We do want to install something. When we have picked the companies that we trust, we will share them.
Yeah.
And we'll also do dedicated videos towards that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alarms and locks, we haven't put anything additional apart from the immobilizer that comes with the van.
Yeah, we have put some security plates around
ourselves.
Just to help out if somebody decides to drill through. I mean, it would only slow them down.
Because we've met quite a fair few people who, if you know where the sliding door connects to the main frame of the van,
which is easy to find out.
Yeah, you like just below where the window is installed. If you drill through there, which
just takes 2 holes. It's very easy. So yeah, we've taken like these sort of measures at the moment. We like some ideas about like manually locking doors with like steel plates or stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can weld in hooks like for the back doors or the sliding door. So yeah. I mean, they're not perfect, and I mean, the door mechanisms are only as strong as their weakest point. You can probably break the hinges off. If you're that determined to get in the van, people will get in the van. So.
Yeah, and if you don't care about making noise, it's extremely easy.
Yeah.
So we are not going to put film on our windows, I think, because
just in case we need to get out.
Yeah.
You can smash out, but.
Yeah. And we're thinking more ideas of how to secure our possessions. Like I was like almost like sure let's assume that anybody can get in at any point.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna try and secure the inside once they're in or something.
Yeah, but I think as we said in that video, the important thing is that for stuff like that where you like hide away your valuables or things like that, the important thing is that everyone just builds their own.
Yeah, and keep it secret.
Yeah. Because if we showed you where we put ours, then if you copy it, that's not safe. And obviously
it's not safe for us.
Not safe for us or you.
Yeah, so, yeah.
But cameras and alarms are probably a good deterrent. That will scare off 95% of people.
And we're looking into like getting a GPS or something.
Yeah. Simply Safe as well. I've noticed one of you said Simply Safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a good idea. GPS, dog trackers as well. Yeah. Just anything that you can stick on a van. People have had you keep an old mobile phone just constantly on charge in like a cabinet somewhere.
Yeah.
And then that does two things.
Do you need a SIM card for that one, yeah?
One, if someone steals the van, then you can track that phone. And two, if someone steals the phone, then you can track the phone as well.
Yeah.
So that's an idea I've seen someone do.
Yep.
Or multiple people.
Yeah,
do.
the only thing is that I think the satellite signal that like you get with a phone is different from the GPS signal that you get. Like, so basically, if you lose coverage,
Yeah, then you've lost.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, and another thing I've seen is, so you can put security film on the windows, or I've seen people, like, when they go out, they'll put like a metal bar across the window. So even if you smash the window, there's no actual way you can fit through the window. Like, if you put two metal bars, unless you're extraordinarily thin and flexible, you're not getting through that window. So, yeah.
For some reason, I got an image of a cat trying to squeeze through a tiny hole. I don't know. Weird mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
Yep.
So,
where are we? Are we here?
No, we're down here now.
Oh, okay.
Will you send your V5 to the DVLA to have the van converted to a camper van?
We'll try.
When you finish the build, or when the build's 85%? Well, as we said, when we start traveling in it, which probably that stage will be the 85% stage.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. The problem is that, like, we don't have an awning. I think that was one of the things that we have to have.
You don't have to have everything on the list, I think. You just have to sort of have enough of them. I don't know how many.
Since the application's free, I think we'll just send the photos and we'll send it off and see what happens. If they do, they do. If they don't, I'm not going to be too worried or concerned, or try and do changes to change our design to fit that. I really don't know how much cheaper the insurance is going to be, if any.
I don't know.
So...
I mean, yeah, we'll send
try.
it. We'll send it when we feel confident that we tick enough boxes not to waste, our time and our time and their time.
Yeah.
We will send it, and we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold my breath because.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Where are we?
We're right at the bottom now.
We're at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can use a free app to record and it takes any movement without having an extra SIM card.
Developed by Snowden. Oh yeah, I remember that.
What was that?
It's basically something that can track your GPS movement without needing a SIM card. I'll show you later.
Okay.
I know what that means, but yeah, that's a good thing actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, remember that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Make a note of that because we need to check that out.
Cool.
Yeah. And otherwise, like, in terms of where we are with the build, that is what we're working on right now. Actually,
you have to give them a view.
Oh, you can't see that.
No.
Ew. Okay. Actually, I'll turn it this way. Hello, and then flip the camera. Right. Ooh.
Ivy back up. So,
I love the ivy.
this is what we're actually doing today.
Yeah.
This is one of the many shelves that will be installed. And this is actually going to be roughly the height of our back bench that's going to go here. So this chair with all these cushions on. Hence the testing rig.
That's a swivel chair. I can tell you, don't open the door because you will be out.
But yeah, at the moment this is like not screwed on, but we've got this ply bolted to these aluminium beams here. We've put a car battery on, and it doesn't fall over.
Yeah. Well, you'll see it in the video that'll come out. Yeah. Essentially, that's it. That's some the original ply that came with the van, so it needs some tidying up. But I'm quite happy with it. It's quite a lot of space actually, if you think about it.
So that's one of the shelves.
Yep. And it's so cozy. Look at that.
Yeah. So if you imagine you're chilling here, you got your laptop just working away. You open the doors, out there, or if it's cold, nice and clean. Doesn't feel too claustrophobic as well.
Yeah, we did some trial runs.
Yeah. So this is the right height for enough storage on top and enough storage for a person on the bottom.
Yeah, so...
It also basically perfectly matches our kitchen counter, so if we need to stretch over.
Oh yeah, and like it's an excellent armrest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So quite chuffed about that.
Yeah. So that's been one of our tasks that we've been doing or started. I
Yeah.
think one of you said earlier you've got about 20 jobs unfinished. Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like more, but yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much the
Yeah,
gist of it.
Actually, I showed this at the beginning, and some of you might not have seen it. This is the upcoming tasks that we have, written in excruciating detail. And sorry,
Yeah.
about to drop you. We're sort of at that stage where, Sam, can I sit?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're sort of at that stage where you start one task, but to finish that task, you have to start one of the other ones. So everything is up in limbo. And it's sometimes really hard to keep track of things. In terms of like making videos, also it's a bit tricky because how do you make a story out of, well, today I put this bolt there, which is for the cladding, but hold on, in about 3 weeks' time, you see the rest. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's been a bit tricky.
So
but
actually for this shelf, we're as far as we can go along now.
Yeah.
Because we need to then do the cladding around the walls because these brackets are going to be visible. So we need to take this off and put the cladding behind so that we can put this back on.
Yeah.
Then we can build the rest of the cupboard. Otherwise, it's going to look weird when we start finishing the walls up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and obviously now we're starting to think about like how it actually looks like the final finish of things.
Yeah.
And every time we make a mistake, we might have to even like replace the whole material because it's just not gonna look good at the end of the day. So
speaking of cladding.
Oh yeah, cladding. Okay.
Right.
I don't want to miss the chat because
Yeah. I'll get this set up. You
get the fabric.
Cool.
Get the material.
Right. So if you follow me here to the front, I can't do it with one hand. You're gonna have to.
Okay. You're gonna get them whiplash. Where are you? Which way are you facing? You're facing me. Hi.
So.
Okay.
Our trusty electric heater.
Yeah.
So, for the cladding, is this two? No, they're the same colour, aren't they? Sort of.
Yeah, they're the same colour, yeah.
Yeah. So essentially for the cladding, because we want to save weight, and we also want our walls to be semi-breathable, because that's...
There you go. Carry on.
Yeah, so we want our walls to be semi-breathable, and we want them to be lightweight, so we don't want to just clad everything in 9mm or 6mm ply. So, an idea, I can't remember which video we got it from, but essentially you have fabric on the walls, and then, this is some of our mock-ups, you can have like
strips
and slats going across.
Actually, you only have 3. They're different sizes.
Oh, they're all
yeah. So they're like the 4mm, the 4cm ones, and the 5cm ones.
Yeah. Anyway, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you'll see these wooden slats on the front, and then the fabric will shine through on the back.
Yeah.
So the fabric allows the wall to breathe a little bit, and you can also hook stuff on the on this.
Yeah. So we've been debating between which fabric goes behind.
Yeah.
It's like, is this too much contrast? Is it not enough contrast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you like to throw in your vote somewhere in there, we'll appreciate it.
Test a piece.
Yeah. So that's where with the cladding.
We love the dark blue.
Yeah, that's a great blue.
But we think that's going to be too dark for the walls.
Yeah.
The white cream over there is kind of where we're edging towards at the moment. And then that light blue is kind of between those two.
I feel like the light blue is great for curtain material.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm getting a bit of a close-up shot of my face.
We have a yellow somewhere as well.
Yeah.
We went to the fabric store before everything shut and just bought a ton of fabric.
Yeah. Oh, they have really great deals. Yeah. So.
I've stolen all your pillows.
Yes, you have. How dare you? Okay. Oh, there's been some chatting going on.
There we go. Dark blue is best.
Dark blue. Ooh. Have we missed anything, by the way?
Probably.
Where did we leave it? We left it at 85%. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll have a look at the security video comments. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see the verdict on.
Oh.
Is that four-way stretch fabric?
No. That's cotton, I think.
It's like canvas fabric.
Yeah.
So it will stretch a tiny bit.
Yeah.
As we like make it taut. But no, that's just like standard fabric.
We have the four-way stretch fabric here, which is completely black. We originally were going to use it, but then we thought black, you're gonna have like black and white stripes, and you're gonna basically you're gonna cause a seizure.
So you can see the black fabric around the doors there. It's quite black.
Yeah. So yeah, but we are going to use the stretch fabric like behind the cupboard. So four-way stretch fabric is gonna be the cladding in the cupboard, underneath the kitchen counter, under the couch, and places like that. Because we're not actually putting any solid walls in the cupboards to save weight.
Yeah. Don't know. New year to you both. How's the plumbing working out? Do you have underfloor heating? Not yet.
Not yet.
By the end of the month.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed we should.
Yeah. We have certain issues at the moment with deciding where to put things.
Yeah.
We think we know where we want the heater to go, but we're having trouble with our expansion tank. I'll show you the expansion tank.
Yeah. So at the moment we've been under, again, it's cold. We've tried to go under the van and figured out where everything's going.
Yeah. So this is the expansion tank, and it's vertical. The filling cap is on top.
Yeah.
We did request originally the horizontal one, but they were not going to have any for like maybe 2-3 months. I don't remember anymore, but it was a long time.
Yeah. 18 weeks.
18 weeks.
18 weeks.
How many weeks are there in the year?
That's 4 months.
4 months.
52. So that's 4 months. And also, by the way, after we bought the heater, they're out of stock, and they're still out of stock, and they're going to be out of stock for a couple of months. Yeah. That happened with our batteries. That happened with the heater. That happened with something else. What else did it happen with?
Our laptops.
Our new laptops.
Yeah, for some reason we buy something and then it's out of stock.
And it remains out of stock, so we buy everything just in time.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure it's
but anyway, like in terms of like the plumbing, we haven't done it yet. We still haven't picked the PEX pipe. We were planning to buy it, but then we're like we got stuck. I don't even remember why we got stuck anymore. I have to look at my notes.
Yeah.
It was only a week ago, but I don't remember. It's how crazy the van bill's making me. Okay.
But this has to be the highest point of the whole system. This it can fit under the seat, but we'll have to embed these legs into the floor.
Yeah.
It can't really fit under our couch. So
yeah, because our couch is low because of the swivel seat at the front.
We could try and put it in the engine bay, but then we'll have to have longer piping, and also there's not really a lot of space for this.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where we're stuck at the moment.
In terms of the piping through the floor, it's not too complicated.
Yeah, we think we've got sort of the rough path that's gonna take. So that's the plumbing for the underfloor heating. In terms of the plumbing for the sink and then the shower, they're not really even started. For the sink, we think we're gonna start with quite a simple setup.
Just go with simple jerry cans.
Like a jerry can and maybe even a foot pump. I want to try out a foot pump because I feel like that you may have like you may save more water if you have more control of how like the flow. So I wanted to test out that theory.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be all fancied up with the recirculating shower, but we'll figure that out after we have heating in the van.
Have you two not finished the van yet? Yes, this is it finished. We're living in it full time. No heating, sort of electrics.
Yeah, we're tough that way. Freezing it.
No, not quite.
Minus degrees.
By summer, 85% done, and we'll be travelling in it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go somewhere this summer, given that we're allowed, hopefully.
Yeah. Italy, Bulgaria, Greece. They're on the list.
I need some food.
Some nice food and some nice sun and beach. So in the summer we'll be going. So there'll be videos on all that when we go. But in the summer we're going.
Yeah, we're going somewhere.
Unless literally they lock down the island, we'll be going.
Don't give them any ideas. They've already nearly done that.
Anyway.
But yeah, so where are we?
Down here.
Yep. Okay.
Really want to build my under kitchen counter drawers, but have a lot of 9mm ply, 3mm ply, and small 18mm ply. I can't really build the drawer out of 9mm completely. So I have to use 9mm and 18mm, and that way you can screw into the 18mm without it splitting.
Oh,
Yeah.
So sounds about right. Just like working it out on the go.
There's a lot of things like, you know, you have sheets of stuff in the garage or wherever, and you're like, I don't want to have to go and buy a whole new sheet just for this little piece.
Yeah.
We've actually ended up sometimes sticking 2 pieces of 3mm together to create 6mm and go, there's our 6mm.
Yeah. Because it's just money, and then you have so much left
Leftovers.
over. And what do you do with them? I don't want to waste them, because we
Yeah.
did DIY projects all the time, but for some reason it's for the next project it is never quite the right size.
Yeah. Oh, we've frozen.
Oh no! Why are we frozen? Oh, are we Is it just our computer freezing, or is it you freezing as well?
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay, where are we?
We are up here.
Ooh, hello everybody. People joining in.
Popping in.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of size of our water tanks, as you said, 1 kilo of water.
Yeah.
1 liter of water is 1 kilo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Actually, we're quite conscious of that, which is why we've decided to go with separate tanks for different purposes, so we can actually control each of the volumes depending on what's necessary at the time. Like so, also like in terms of filtration, it's much easier to like if we have the recirculating shower on the same line as the drinking line, the filtration just gets too complicated. Yeah. So
to save weight, we're just going to go with. We can always upgrade the tanks later, but we said we're going to start simple with jerry cans. At least for the sink, and then we'll judge our like water base on that.
Yeah, we'll see how much water we use, because we have also traveled like full time living in the vehicle and just use bottled water. Obviously not for showering, but for like the just drinking and cooking, that it was just bottled water. So that's why kind of the jerry can might be just enough of an upgrade for now.
They just use the leftovers for firewood.
Good idea. Yeah, but depends how much of a leftover you have. You know?
And then 2 months later, you realise you need that leftover.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Yeah, why is it that when we do a clean out, and we say, okay, it's been 5 years, we haven't used this, we throw it out finally.
2 months later, you need it.
It's like, where's that thing? It's like, and you can't remember whether you threw it out or it's still around because you thought that, well, I'll just keep it just in case. It all merges in your head.
Can you send me a link of where you got your fabric? It's actually from a store here in.
It's in Northampton, but
they do have an online store.
Yeah, they do have an online store. It is Miller's shop. Miller's shop.
I'll leave a link in the live stream when we finished.
Yeah.
To the fabric store.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not bad prices.
The online prices are higher than the in-house warehouse prices. Yeah. If you find a fabric store locally around you that has a nice warehouse, they usually have offcuts or like the end of a roll.
So some of these were only like £1 a meter.
Yeah, and or sometimes they even have fabrics that they never have online, and they just sort of show up in their store. I don't know how exactly it works, but that's how sort of they explained it to us. But yeah, so basically you can go there and just pick whatever they have, and sometimes they have really cool stuff.
The material cladding is going to be a nightmare if it gets dirty.
Yeah, we've been that's the main issue with going with the white, like the creamy color, and we've been thinking, okay, well, if we what are you doing? We're doing
showing. Yeah,
and we've been thinking that if we go like with this one, we have to have a way to clean it. So we've been thinking, well, so we have to find a way to make these easily removable, so like maybe magnetic, like attach them with magnets or something. It complicates things a bit. But
meanwhile, with a darker colour.
With a darker colour, it'll still get dirty, but you won't see it. But again, I'm a bit worried also because, like, when you cook, like, the smells get absorbed by fabric. So
Yeah.
obviously you have ventilation and stuff, but even with good ventilation, they can still get kind of smelly. So we'll be having some concerns to do with that. And also, I don't know whether we actually made it clear, we're not actually gonna clad the whole van, like the full wall height in this. I think we're just gonna do kind of more of a stylized trim on kind of on the top, just kind of like to break the
Monotony of solid flat pieces.
yeah. Yeah, so, but yes, you're very much right. It will get dirty. And we're gonna have to find a way to clean it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Where are we?
We are down here. How much have we missed? You've missed about an hour.
Oh.
They're gonna have a baby.
Who gonna have a baby? Us.
Us.
Oh. No,
They're
not
joking.
yet.
No. Not yet. It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Yeah, we'll take us with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we go traveling.
Join us. We have a lot of seating space. Oh, at least we will.
Yeah.
You can sit on a hanging chair.
We'll be mounting cameras everywhere. Finish our build soon. All I need to do is finish the door. All I need to do is ...
Finish the sentence.
All I need to do is finish the van.
Yeah, such an understatement. We should finish our build soon.
And Emma's workstation.
Yeah. Oh, where are we? Because I'm losing track here.
We're here.
Okay.
All I need to do is finish the drawers and the front area for Emma's workstation and the bulkhead, and then I'm done.
Oh, excellent.
Must be lovely.
Yeah. When you can see the end, honestly see the end, it must be great.
I mean, we've got the remaining of the electrics to connect up. The heating is the big thing.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it should be just furniture.
Yeah, well,
furniture and cladding.
Ignoring the roof, of course, at the moment.
Ignoring the roof at the moment. Furniture and cladding. Yeah. The roof's going to be one of the last things that gets done.
I'm kind of really excited about cladding the walls because when you clad the walls, it almost feels like you're getting a significant way ahead. But we've been basically just stalling on the walls because there's always something new to do.
Yeah.
And as soon as we figure out the underfloor piping, we can actually finish the floor, and then the floors and the walls will be done, and then
floors and walls are done. Electric and heating in the van. Everything else is just
and when the floor is done, we can actually finish the kitchen cupboards.
Yeah.
Because obviously right now we have to lift the floor up.
We're going to be putting legs on the kitchen cupboards. In our video that we did about the kitchen counter, we had it floating.
Yeah.
You guys said put legs. We've currently got a temporary leg propping it up so it doesn't bend, but there are going to be legs. There are going to be
and that's going to help us actually structure like any shelving and stuff.
But we can't put that in until the floor is secured down, and we might get new flooring.
I don't know. I mean, this flooring has gotten good use. This is the original van floor.
Yeah. We'll have a ceremonial bonfire of the old floor. It's
We'll
covered
see.
in varnish and tape and dents and holes.
Yeah.
It's been cut up so many times.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen there. Where are we?
About the swivel seats, can you do it when they're facing the front but you're in the back, or do you have to do it with the doors open?
Can we swivel them?
We can swivel them with the doors closed.
Yes.
Just.
But it's much easier with the doors open.
Yeah. The main thing that gets in the way is the handbrake.
Yeah, and we have and the side column, the plastic side column where the seatbelt is, that gets scratched up.
Yeah.
So we've actually
cut a little slit.
I've cut it. Yeah. I don't know whether you get enough light there.
Yeah. Come. Yeah. So if you follow us to the front down here,
Hold on.
and you'll see. So, come around this side. So yeah, that bottom slit down there, we've cut so when this plate moves around.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, so we'll tidy that up. That's all aesthetics, but it's functional.
Yeah.
But yeah, the major thing that catches is the handbrake. Is it scratched up? It's not really scratched up.
No, I don't think it's scratched up. It's dusty.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
But you don't want to damage it, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Don't push it too hard.
Yeah. But actually, Neil, or Urban Explorer, he showed how you can get a special brace kit, because it depends on the swivel seat you install. For ours, you don't need to move the handbrake, but for some of them, you need to. You need to move the handbrake, especially if you put a swivel on the driver's seat as well as on the double seat. So you can actually get a special kit that moves the handbrake over. So,
But if you can avoid doing that, it'd be best.
but he's got a video on it on how he did it,
Yeah.
which is pretty useful if that's something.
Turn
that
the
you need.
light.
Oh yeah, turn the light back round.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we?
Yeah. Just use.
Okay.
You passed your C1. Yeah, did I tell you I passed my C1 theory license? Going to take the practical earlier this week, but better than being in tier. But being in tier 4 changed that.
Oh. I don't think you said you passed it, but so you did pass it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
theory.
Oh, the theory. You passed the theory.
But you can't do the
right.
practical.
Oh. Tier 4 ruins everything. Why do they have to add that? Never mind. Don't get started on that conversation.
Nope.
But
nope.
yeah.
We're
yeah.
in tier 4 as well.
Yeah.
I think most of it is.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Yeah, but that's really good. So C1 is the one that allows you to drive a heavier vehicle. Yeah.
Up to 7.5 tons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who got their driver's license before 97,
Yeah.
you're lucky. You don't have to deal with that. Oh, well. Right.
The light was running away again.
Yeah. Just remembered I wanted to build the back of my shelf where the sliding door is. I used 3mm poplar ply to bend it to shape. It worked. Well, then when I screwed it down, it cracked on the bend.
Oh no.
Any idea where I can get 3mm PVC shapes to bend to shape? I know what you mean. You mean like you bent the ply around.
I saw somebody do that in their conversion, but I think it was in America. So the supply wouldn't help in
You
this.
can get, it's quite rare, you can get bendable plywood that's specifically designed so it can bend. From the same company where you bought your poplar ply from.
Okay.
So Totten Timbers do a bendable plywood, but I don't know how bendable it is.
I'll have to have a look for where to get bendable PVC. Well, most PVC is bendable.
Yeah.
But you have to
yeah.
have what's the I don't know the name of the tool, but basically the thing that heats it up so you can bend it. I think.
Yeah. PVC is expensive though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought about having PVC and plastic for our cupboard front, for our splashback.
Yeah.
And then when it was like, it's going to be £100 just for a couple of pieces of plastic, we're like, we'll use ply.
Yeah.
We've got enough.
Not ply for the not ply for the splashback, but ply for the doors.
Gotta fly. Take care. See you. All the best.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later. We'll probably be ending soon, but any last questions and anything we haven't answered, we'll get through.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing about PVC. It won't get wet if it gets rained on.
Yeah, that's good. That's why, especially for the back cupboard and the backsplash, that's what we were thinking. Though actually you'll have to treat ply 10 billion times.
Soak marine ply in the bath overnight and then it will bend easier. I've never tried that. Maybe try a tester piece first.
Yeah.
But I know, is that almost like paper macheing your plywood? You know how you get...
maybe a little bit. Yeah, but not quite.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope it doesn't get that bendy.
No. Okay, let's backtrack. So it's about travelling here. It's about travelling, follow you guys with my wife. Where will you be travelling in the van in the summer? And if so, where to? So like we said, we're going to go hopefully in the summer, as soon as it gets warm enough to go, and hopefully by that time we'll be rigged up enough that we'll be comfortable. Yeah.
Probably not completely finished, especially not the roof.
It wouldn't. Will it ever be completely finished?
No, but it'll be finished.
It'll be done enough that we can live in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't really got solid plans at the moment. We would like to go through Germany, down through the Alps, and then maybe down through
Italy, yeah.
and then hop a ferry over to Greece
We
and drive
definitely
back.
know we want to be somewhere warm, especially right now. The desire to be somewhere warm is very, very strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to go to Eastern Europe probably first, sort of because and I really like the Black Sea. The Black Sea is less salty than the Mediterranean, so I don't really kind of want to. I want to be relaxed in the sea and not choking.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we haven't. Well, I haven't been. We went to Rome once, and we've been somewhere else. But like, Italy is really big, and we haven't really been all the way down. So I think one of the first things I'd love to do is
Yeah.
drive all the way down Italy.
Yeah, and I want to visit Pompeii again because I've been there once, but it was only like for 3 hours, and
Yeah.
that's
Not
not
enough
to see
time.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably down Italy, hop over to Greece, drive through there for a bit, and then head up to Bulgaria to the Black Sea coastline.
Yeah.
Maybe hop round into Romania or Ukraine. Depends on visas and travel situations.
Yeah.
But that is where we would like to go this summer.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably head back to the UK.
Yeah. We'll see, but
Rough plans.
well, our MOT is in September.
Yeah. So we'll have to be back for the MOT in September
Yeah.
anyway. But yeah, that's the rough plans.
Yep. So, where are we?
I really want to go to Monaco as we want to see what van life is like in one of the most expensive countries in the world. I don't even know. There are apparently they may not let you in some.
Yeah, they might not.
I think was it my mum who was saying that sometimes if your vehicle doesn't look like it belongs in Monaco, they actually might turn you away.
Yeah. Well,
A hand roll painted van. What do you think?
They might say no to that one, but I think their van is looking quite snazzy. So
Yeah.
yeah, they'll get it in.
Yeah.
Probably. That depends.
Good luck parking in Monaco in a van. No multi-story car park will take you, and side road parking is like €10 an hour.
No, that would be really cool to go there. Yeah.
Will you ever be going to one of the South Central self-build meets? Yeah, we skipped it last year.
Yeah.
I think we went to Quirky and then we went to somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we were busy around the time.
We were planning. Yeah, we were planning. Wasn't there going to be one in March or something?
I think there's one every couple of months.
Yeah.
We will. When the stuff opens up.
Yeah.
If Quirky's on this year, we're going to that. What was it? The Overlander show. We were going to go to that last year and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So we actually had quite a lot of stuff booked for last year. None of it happened. So hopefully things will start to open up, and when they do, we'll probably be going to some of them.
And,
so we'll let you know.
And hopefully they'll open up before we adios for a few months in the summer. So hopefully we'll see everybody.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a finished van. Sounds wonderful. We're trying to travel to Scandinavia, but my wife would also like to do Eastern Europe for the heat. Compromise, do Eastern Europe in the summer, Scandinavia in the autumn, and then come back here for the winter. You could do...
Because the best time to see the Northern Lights is before winter hits. Yeah. Because otherwise you get a lot of cloud cover from like snow and stuff.
And then it gets freezing cold.
Yeah, and then it's dangerous to drive.
2 years ago we did Scandinavia we travelled all throughout October.
October, yeah.
It wasn't too cold, but in the north it was definitely cold enough for snow, and if the weather catches right, you can see the lights.
Well, you say it wasn't too cold, but once we got to the like the highest point we were gonna go, it got to -14.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cold.
And our 8-kilo LPG tank lasted 2 days.
Yeah.
With a Truma boiler and running hot water and cooking on it.
Terrible installation though. So not a fair comparison. Okay.
Yeah. Hope we're able to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. With leaving the EU, there was talk about only being allowed to travel there for 3 months at a time, but we aren't entirely sure and a bit worried about that. I don't want to go into too much detail.
Because we just don't know.
But as far as we can tell, what it seems to be is that you're allowed to travel for 90 days in the EU without a visa.
Yeah.
Then in a 180-day period. So after that 90 days, you then have to leave the EU countries for another 90 days. So you can either go back to the UK, or we had friends from New Zealand who had a visa that was similar to that. What they did is they went to non-EU countries.
Yeah.
So you can go to like Ukraine or Serbia or
Turkey.
Turkey is a good one as well.
Russia.
And then basically stay there for 3 months and then hop back into the EU after that.
Or you can get some sort of extended visa, I guess.
It depends on...
But I don't think they figured out the options yet.
Yeah. It depends. I mean, a visa may only be like, you know, 10 euros for another 90 days or whatever.
What mainly kind of stresses it out is that we don't know, and they keep changing their mind, and you know, obviously they're just playing games behind the scenes over there, and then just dishing it out to us and saying, there it is, deal with it. So, but
I mean, 3 months is plenty enough to travel for a while.
Yeah.
And whatever the rules are about whether you can or you can't, it depends on insurance companies as well.
Yeah, and then if we want to stay somewhere longer, I mean, we could look into obviously longer visas, or if we want to buy land somewhere, then we have to look at residency.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different story.
I mean, it's not a problem for you.
No, I'm free. I'm still a
You've got dual national, so even though you're a UK citizen, you're a Bulgarian citizen as well. So
yeah,
it only matters for me.
I'm tied up with you. So.
Yeah. It only matters for me. So if we have to get a visa, it would only be for one of us, only for me. Yeah. So it might work out cheaper that we just, even if the visa's like a couple of €100, if it just allows us. Again, it depends on. I don't know. It depends on
a complete mystery.
Whatever the hell they cook up in their stewing pot of parliamentary alphabet soup. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
When we get to travelling.
Yep. So, if you stop by Slovenia,
can give you a tour through my whole country as I'm studying tourism.
Would love that.
Yeah. We've only been through Slovenia once.
I think just to transit, though.
Yeah.
We didn't stop then.
Just to transit through. Came in through Austria and went to Croatia.
Yeah.
And got stuck in a one-day-long traffic jam.
Really?
Yeah, remember? We were on that road, that really tiny road, and there was a traffic jam. And we were stuck there for like half a day.
I must have slept through that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I usually sleep through those.
Same with Poland. Not studying tourism, though. Yeah. We've only been to Poland, again, once.
Oh, I love when we went there, though.
Poland was really good.
Yeah.
Good food, great people, great cities.
And we like history, so there was a lot of good places to go and visit. Actually, most of Europe is good with history. What am I talking about?
Great museum, though. I can't remember what museum there was.
Yeah, it was in Gdansk.
Yeah.
Whichever the major thing there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could message me when and where these meetups are, as we would love to go. I think there's loads of Facebook groups about when, but again, they keep getting cancelled.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's planned anything right now, because I think
stuff in other countries. Someone said earlier that there's things, meetups in Eastern Europe at the moment. It depends on.
Yeah, because Eastern Europe is a bit more
a bit more lax about it.
Yeah. At least some places, not all of them. You know.
Yeah, Facebook groups are the best way to know what's happening when.
Honestly, we're not part of the European groups at the moment, and we should find them. So if you have any links for like European meetups and stuff, we would love to get in on those.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the meetups in Eastern Europe as well at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect
timing. Then my birthday is in the autumn. Thank you for the advice. I'm getting impatient about going. Yep.
Me too.
Me too. I mean, at the moment we can't physically go anywhere, and the van's not done. But
great news: the hardware stores are still open, even though we're in tier 4, so we're fine, and they're not completely out of wood.
Not yet.
So that's excellent for the time being.
Yeah. Spring last time when everything shut. By the time everything opened again, everything was out.
Yeah. So
we are getting a few issues with some things that we can't get, but.
Yeah, but
it's
okay.
Not too bad.
We're doing everything else in the meantime whilst waiting.
I know everyone wants to go to a hot climate, but without aircon, it's a nightmare. Travelled in Australia last year, got to about 52 degrees and about 70 to 80 inside the van. Luckily, we had aircon, but had to be plugged into shore power to use it. Yeah. If it gets that hot, I'm just going to go outside the van.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend my time outside the van, or have all the doors open.
Yeah,
and just chill.
and go park in a place where there's draft.
Yeah.
You know, so
And in
but
terms
but like well, we don't know yet how hot it's gonna be because we haven't had the van properly insulated when the sun was hitting the van and it was really hot here. So we don't, because obviously when we're doing it in the summer it was a complete oven. So we don't know how the installation's gonna handle that.
Yeah.
But I can definitely believe that will be the case. That
We did have a brief moment where we considered having aircon in the van, and then we just thought, no, it's going to run a lot of power.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in somewhere hot constantly, like in America, a lot of American van builders put aircon in their vans.
I don't know how they manage the power though. I think usually those are in the vans that have like a really big battery bank.
Yeah.
Maybe at least 4 batteries, usually 6.
But yeah, we considered it, and then we thought no.
Yeah. For now, we'll see.
We'll
We'll jump in, blindly. If we start boiling, we'll think on the go.
Yeah. We've got a ventilation fan above where we're going to be sleeping.
That's not gonna be enough.
No. Ryerson from the Netherlands, I'm myself from England, so we're looking at dual citizenship to bypass the visas.
Do we like Bulgarian, more than Bulgarian music? I'm gonna guess no. If
modern Bulgarian music?
I don't know which one you mean, but probably not. I usually don't like listening to Bulgarian media or movies or Bulgarian music. I don't like the way the language sounds. I prefer English artistry, or actually any other. French I like listening to, sounds really cool.
You mean the Romance languages? French,
I guess,
Spanish,
yeah.
Italy,
I prefer how they sound. Bulgarian kind of.
It's quite harsh.
Yeah, and
it's sharp.
I'm just not used to it. Because it's been a while, so it sounds a bit weird. Even though I speak Bulgarian on a daily basis, but.
Where are you guys from? Yeah, I'm from the UK. Polly's originally from Bulgaria.
I was born in Bulgaria, yeah.
And then moved here when you were 9.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
So you've lived here longer than in Bulgaria.
Yeah. So yeah.
So we are.
Yep. Your video was just recommended to us. Glad we found you guys. Hi, it's great to have you here.
You missed the last one. You were here just at the end of the last one, weren't you? Just managed to catch us. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're still going.
Yeah, we're still going for now.
Can't wait for the van build to be finished. So glad you guys can still shop and build. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. We're so thankful that
we have the van build.
We're so thankful that we've got the van build to focus our minds on, that we have the majority of the stuff to be able to finish the van at the moment.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff, we mentioned this earlier, but a lot of the stuff, like the batteries and the electrics, some of that stuff is still out of stock nearly a year later after we bought it.
Yeah.
I think I would have been driven insane if we had to wait a year for stuff to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, with obviously everything that's happened, if we had nothing to do, it's stressful anyway.
Yeah.
And but like having this big project basically doesn't give us enough time to stress about every other stuff.
Yeah. So this focuses, which means we're not listening to radio, the news, or anything else.
Actually, it's great. Usually, like I can have like 3 weeks and not know anything that's happened.
Yeah.
As long as I don't let anybody tell me what like the news. It's like.
Yeah. It just didn't happen to each other.
Yep.
Well, for us, I find that if we need aircon, then I'll take off the rear max fan and install AC unit there. Yep. And run a big wire to power it with our batteries. And maybe have about 4 to 5 Tesla batteries, but for now we'll see how it goes first.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't actually know how much power AC units use in vans.
I mean, it depends. I think you can get economical ones, but they're usually like really big as well. They take a lot of space.
The only other thing that I've seen is, and I don't know how effective they are, but we saw them at the show in Birmingham, the NEC.
Oh,
the ones that you run on 12 volt and it has like water. And I think it sprays water into the air and it's meant to cool down.
I don't know how good it will be in like 30 degrees heat.
You know those miniature fans that you get to cool yourself down? I think it's just...
There might be more. And the actual fan might be better than
Yeah.
an AC unit. Like,
So I don't know how good those kind of things are.
'Cause
12-volt cooler fans, essentially.
yeah, something like that.
But even just a simple fan at night to keep the air circulating might be good enough. Always catching you at the end of your lives. Not in the right time zone.
Is it not?
No.
What time zone?
They're from America, I think. So it'll be morning for them.
Well, maybe we should start doing the lives a bit later. But usually, 5 p.m. is when we release stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have wonderful accents. Bulgarians are special good people. I'm English.
Thank you. I don't think many people can guess that my accent is from Bulgaria. I don't actually hear my accent.
You don't have much of one.
Yeah, it depends what I talk about. If I know what I'm talking about, I don't think I have my accent is not that strong. If I'm confused, usually I'm like I go like weird origins type of thing.
So Pia. When you fancy a cup of tea, do you ever say, Polly, put the kettle on?
Yes.
No, I've never said that. Other people say that.
Do they?
Yeah. My parents.
Oh.
Other people. Remember?
Okay, but people have said.
People have said
but
it.
apparently he doesn't.
No. I usually just... Can I have tea, please?
No, actually, he says, I really want tea, and then doesn't stand up. So I'm like, I see. And I go and make him tea.
And then the cat follows you downstairs.
Yeah, and then I have to feed the cat. Or let her out, and then it takes me like half an hour to get back upstairs. So life.
The delays here have been bad too, but it seems to be getting better, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah. At the beginning, everything was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I mean there might be some more delays now with the split from the European Union happening now, like so delays in UK. But hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully they'll get the game together and sort something out.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much power. What, for AC units?
Yeah. It's quite frustrating. Like with like high powered appliances. Like even just running an inverter. Like I feel like that for every high powered appliance you need another battery. And then like if you have an inverter, you need another battery. If then you have let's say a microwave or an AC, you need a battery for each of those.
If we had the budget, we would go. We've seen people with 800 amp hours, 1,000 amp hours of lithium.
Yeah.
I know lithium's getting cheaper every year, but if we had the budget,
we'll go completely electric and
do electric cooking, electric heating.
Yeah.
Everything electric.
And we'll upgrade the van weight limit because no matter how light lithium batteries are, that many batteries are going to be heavy.
Yeah. So if we had the budget, we'll do a completely electric van. And maybe in the future, 5 years' time, maybe the technology might be better. So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll upgrade as we go. Like we're treating this like this is like our first home, minus the car we lived in New Zealand. So we're gonna take it like sort of slowly build the house up. Just get the base model out, and as we go, we're gonna just tinker away and add stuff.
Yeah. Or Polly wants a cracker.
I've never heard that, because usually I don't like crackers.
That's from Aladdin.
Is it?
Yeah.
I need to watch that again. I don't know that.
Polly want a cracker?
Ah.
Remember? No.
Sort of. Okay. I need to go watch the cartoons again.
You don't like crackers though. Not much.
Depends on the cracker. I like Ritz crackers.
80 amp hours. Yeesh.
80.
Is that for an AC? You can get some 12 volt which runs on water and runs at about 20 amps. Yeah, even 20 amps at DC power, that's a lot. 80 amp hours though. Yeah, essentially you need another need another couple of batteries.
Yeah, for that, yeah.
If you run the AC all night, well.
First we'll try the 12 volt fans. Try and get a draft. Park in the shade and somewhere where there's a breeze. Yeah. It's a bit cheaper. and then we'll see how we handle that.
Yeah.
It's 1:23 p.m. here. Okay.
Yeah, that's Central Time or Mountain Time. I don't know how the time zones are at the moment. You're right. startup on AC units are crazy. Oh yeah, because even the startup when our fan's running, I mean this fan,
Yeah,
the ventilation
the
fan.
the max.
Yeah, we need a 10 amp fuse because on startup it can be 5-6 amps, but when it's running it's like 1.
Yeah,
So
it's nice.
yeah, be great if we can find an AC unit at 24 volts. Then I won't have to buy another converter for the AC.
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Well, actually, if you look into buses, a lot of buses run at 24 volts. So bus units have air conditioning units on the top of them. So if you can find like secondhand bus aircon units, that might be a good way. Or
But they might be less efficient since they're older.
it depends,
I don't
maybe.
know, but-
Or the other thing that you can do potentially is have a look at like fridge and freezer trucks. They usually run at 24 volt as well. You may be able to pull one from there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, what I really want to get in the fan is like those heat pumps, which are excellent. However, they're huge.
Yeah.
You know, like it looks like an AC unit, but it does the reverse. So actually, you can have heat pumps that do both. But like for like a standard stationary house, those are actually really efficient. But
going to watch some of your videos. You guys are further along in the build than we are. Got a lot to learn from you. Have a great night.
oh, okay. Have a great night.
And they've just started their a new
Yeah.
van build. They sold their van and are now doing a new one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, you might finish before us.
You've already done a van, or maybe even more than one
Yeah.
van. So
I mean, we spend a lot of time thinking, and we do also work full time. So it's kind of tricky, finding the time.
Anyone know about microwaves and voltage? Haven't seen many videos about it. If there are ones that can be in the van, you can have microwave ovens in the van, but they're all run on AC.
Yeah.
So you just need a big enough inverter and a big enough battery bank,
Yeah.
and you'll probably need lithium.
Thing is, you're usually looking at probably 1,000 watts being pulled.
Yeah. So you'll need like a couple of 100 amp hours of lithium easy.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to recharge that as well.
Yeah. So you're probably looking to cover your whole roof in solar panels and have a really good DC to DC charger if you don't want to be plugged in.
Yeah. If you look, who was it? The ones who converted a van bus to travel from Alaska to Argentina only by solar.
Yes. Oh, what's their name? If you look
Type
up,
that in on YouTube, you'll see it.
if you look up the journey, what was it from Alaska to Argentina?
By solar.
Full solar.
They have like a couple of 1,000-watt tilting, full mounted solar rig, and they run everything on electric. So
yeah. So it's kind of an experiment.
But they have a load of good videos on how to wire electrics in their van and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, where are we? Check out the Omnia oven.
Yeah.
Actually, that is on our list. It's out of stock. We were gonna get it this Christmas.
And it's out of stock again.
It's out of stock, yeah.
But Omnia, Omnia stoves are really good for vans.
Yeah, because since we have said no to LPG, now we're not getting an LPG oven, and we're not getting a diesel oven. So now we're left with electric, but we don't have the capacity or budget at the moment to go full electric cooking. So that's why we got the Remoska, but that requires an inverter, so that requires another upgrade. So we're actually gonna start probably with the Omnia oven and the hobs.
The little portable gas stoves.
Like this summer, that's probably how we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then basically upgrade as we go along.
Yeah.
How are we dealing with internet on the road? So far, the best solution for internet that we have found is to buy a SIM card in every country. So basically get a hub that's unlocked for any SIM card, and then you can get really cheap, really good deals in each country. But because of the EU fairness on data usage.
Yeah. So even though we can get unlimited here in the UK, as soon as you go to Europe, it's like limited to like 20 gigs a month.
Yeah.
So in our phones, we'll keep that. We'll have unlimited, and we can tether off that.
Yeah.
But in each country for like laptop use, uploading videos and
Generally
working,
working, yeah.
we'll have to get a SIM card for each country and
Yeah.
just go through it there. Most countries you can get an unlimited data SIM card for like under €20 a month. It depends on the country. I think Germany and France are more expensive.
And obviously, we have to find ones that you can pause so we don't get charged for 10 different
Yeah, you want a 1 month
plans.
rolling.
Yeah. But that's the plan at the moment. If
Yeah.
something better comes along, please.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that one?
I think they're talking about different stoves.
Okay. Yeah.
You're good full-time workers, full-time van lifers.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Not quite the full-time van life at the moment.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
We've checked Skyroam, and they seem kind of expensive, and it's a bit unclear about the how much they throttle and how much usage you actually get.
It's something we're going to look into. Probably make a video about data and internet.
Yeah. Once
when we're doing it.
Once we're done with the cladding and the heating. Yeah, but we'll definitely look into that. We'll check them out again and chat with them and see exactly how they work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use a generator with electric start to power the microwave.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We've seen people who have like a mini portable generator that you can use to recharge your batteries. So that's a good option as well.
And actually an excellent option when you actually go to the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Because obviously, especially when you're hunting like for the Northern Lights, you might not drive that much. So your DC charging might not be enough. So and then the solar, like we said, is no go there. So a diesel generator. Yeah.
Yeah. No power from solar, no power from driving.
Yeah.
So you've got literally no other option.
And you're in the middle of nowhere.
With no sun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
a diesel generator is not a bad option. Also, you can get like almost like generator power banks themselves, where you can basically plug into the generator rather than going through your batteries. So if you wanted to run the oven just on the generator, you can do that. That's a possibility. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Van life or not, no worries. Adventurers and pioneers. Honestly, as soon as we're traveling, we'll be hiking, we'll be swimming, we'll be...
Oh, yeah. I'm dying to go for a hike. The some of the best times has been when it's like when we've been hiking or doing something like that. Last year, like you said, like you remember the travels last year. I remember them too. They were amazing. Like we went and ran to the tri-border crossing in Norway, Sweden, and Finland.
Oh.
It was amazing, and. You don't strictly need to run it. Like if you attempt yourself, you just have to leave on time.
Well, I wouldn't mind doing it in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer it would be really nice too. Yeah.
Warmer.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm dying to go somewhere. Like, well, actually, we were planning to go somewhere in January. But hey ho, tier 4. Ugh.
Yeah.
Stupid virus.
When it rains all day for many days, how do you stay sane and not bored inside a van all day?
Well, we have put in a lot of effort to have a lot of open space in the van.
Yeah.
So that means that, we can do more activities. Like for one, I can do my art. Like I have a lot of space on the floor to make a mess. Puzzle stuff. We can do workouts and stuff. Not jumping ones, because that will probably break the suspension, and you will hit your head on the roof. But like you can do like stretches and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we prioritize a lot to have a lot of space to feel very open in the van.
In terms of raining, quite frankly, usually if we get bored enough and we can't, we're just driving, tearing our hair out, not being able to do anything, we'll just drive somewhere else.
Yeah, but then if it's like 5 hours to get out of the rain zone, might be a bit tricky. But but that's kind of the beauty of being in a van. If it's driving is that crazy, we'll just drive. And actually in Scandinavia we got caught in a storm, and and the only way we could go was like up, but the storm was all the way across the coast, so it kept chasing us, and the noise on the van metal van roof was maddening, and that was days upon days of that just hitting on the roof.
So I think to keep us sane, we like to have a lot of books, we like to have a lot of space, and we just basically keep
Go
ourselves
to
up.
libraries.
Yeah.
Find really, really nice open libraries where you
Yeah.
can stay there all day.
A change
and-
of setting, because
Yeah.
although the van space can be as open as it's possible to be, if you're trapped for 3 days
Yeah.
and don't leave, you're just going to drive yourself insane anyway.
Yeah.
So go,
In a normal house.
yeah, go to a library, go to a museum if that's the kind of thing you're into.
Or
Go
if you're
somewhere
not into
else.
it, just go to the museum. It's better.
Yeah. I'd say just go somewhere else and spend a day doing something else inside.
Yeah.
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 Go like I want to go like rock climbing. You know those walls. Climbing walls. Kind of want to
Yeah.
do that.
Will you not have a TV?
We're gonna
No.
have computers.
Yeah.
We're
Computers.
not gonna have a dedicated TV. No.
No.
No. We basically watch Netflix, Amazon.
We don't watch TV.
Yeah.
TV. We might have a screen at some point eventually. Depends.
Well, I'm going to have a big screen for my design work because it's really nice to have an extra screen that can
Yeah.
fit all the design stuff in the
But we'll
software.
see.
But yeah, but not a dedicated TV,
No.
not like a satellite dish or anything.
Mhm.
Okay. Where are we?
We're pretty much at the bottom.
Okay.
The lady. Hungary is the best. Wish here in the UK we had a government like yours. Never emulate Britain's ethos.
Yeah.
There are problems with.
With everyone,
Ah.
with every government.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll be going on for how long?
1 hour 40.
1 hour 40 minutes, longer than last time. Wow, guys! Thank you for being here. It's been really long. I know some of you joined later, but you know it's been quite a while.
1 hour 40 minutes. I think.
Okay.
I think we're gonna cut it there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for coming and leading the conversation. It's been absolutely amazing. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a video next week. If we're lucky, it might be the electrics or it might be this shelf or something like that. I don't know. But we're gonna have a video next week. And yeah. So if you like to do more live streams and more chats like this, then let us know. Obviously, like the live stream and yeah. Keep asking questions and we'll jump on and answer them. Okay, so yeah.
Night, guys. Cheers. Yep.
Okay.
We'll see you all later in the
Yeah.
next video, and yep.
And
hopefully
hopefully
one
we'll
day.
see you in person in a few months when we're all free.
On the road or at meetups, wherever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So,
All right. See you guys.
Yep. Bye. Oh,
Yeah.
need
You have to do it
put
on
it
the
from
phone.
here. Okay. How does this work? We're doing it from the phone this time. Okay.